Hey, my name's Zach, and since I was about age 10 and I got my first pack of Yu Gi Oh cards, I've been obsessed with trading card games. So I made my own from scratch, and welcome to the Chaos Galaxy Trading Card Game YouTube channel. On this channel, you're going to find everything to do with homemade trading card games, or HTCGs, mainly my own game, the Chaos Galaxy. I've been doing the game for about 6 years and it's now got over 500 cards, and I do regular videos about making new cards and new ideas, the rules, battle videos, pack openings. There's even a whole lore backstory to the game now. I also put out quite a lot of content for you guys at home if you're looking to make your own homemade trading card game. I do lots of tutorials on how to make your own cards, packs, and other cool stuff. I've also got a lot of videos supporting other homemade card games, opening their packs for you guys to see and share the whole creative process with the community. If you want to support the game, you can get your hands on some booster packs or some starter decks. There's also a merch store where you can get t-shirts and phone cases and stuff. But for now, I'll give you a quick introduction to the game and what more you can find on the channel. So, in a game of Chaos Galaxy, you must build yourself a galaxy or a deck of 34 cards consisting of creatures from the 8 different planets in the galaxy. Creature cards are blue, and some examples are Orbov, Deh, and the really powerful Berites of Gaios here. There's also super powerful creatures called Combiners that are made up of 2 separate cards, and these really do some damage to your opponent. There are then resource cards, which can change the state of the game and kill your opponents or protect your own creatures. You then have attachment cards, which are applied directly to yours or your opponent's creatures, either boosting yours or harming your opponents. There's then activator cards, which are like resources but can only be played at very specific times. But the main reason why the Chaos Galaxy is so unique is the planet cards themselves. When you start a game, you pick a planet card to play with, and this determines your entire strategy of the game. I'll go through a brief introduction of all the planets so you can choose which one you'd like to use for yourself. So, starting closest to the sun, we have the planet Shios, the fire planet. And creatures from the planet Shios have a very sort of aggressive play style. They have high power stats and low health stats, meaning they're going to go at your opponent as quickly as possible so you can win the game really quickly and efficiently, no matter the cost. So you've got creatures like the laser breathing man Flacky, the magma growing mag sprout, the Shiosian lava creatures. These are an archetype that work together and are found in the first starter deck made for the game. And then every planet has a super powerful creature called a Chaos Beast. Here's a foil version of one. You're allowed to make your galaxy up of any combination of creatures from different planets, but you're only allowed one Chaos Beast, and these work directly with your planet cards. The next planet we have closest to the sun is Barrow, and although very near Shios, it has the complete opposite strategy, using creatures with high health stats and low power to wait out your opponent until they run out of resources, and you can just tire them out and go for the win at the end. We have cards like the multiplying Ung Ung, Deh, which I showed you before, who has an amazing health stat. We then have the Kabonk archetype, and these have just come out in set 4, and they allow you to change the planet that they come from in order to kind of manipulate the game, and they have their boss creature, Ultimate. There's then Humongous Ancient Rockman, and in the lore for the game, he was the first being that was given life in the galaxy, and plays a really pivotal point in the storyline to the game. The next planet we have is kind of 2 planets, really. Basically, it used to be one planet called Syndius, and half the creatures on it were evil, half the creatures on it were sort of divine and heavenly, and they were always at war with each other. So the creatures of the planet Barrow physically split the planet in half, and all the evil creatures went onto the side that became Sindel, and all the divine creatures went onto Syndian, and they both have very different play styles. So Sindel, it being like hell, revolves around all your killed cards and them getting abilities when they are killed. So you've got creatures like Skelligast here, Slush, which is actually the worst card in the game in terms of stats, Tonononononon, Pelfan, which is one of the most powerful cards in the game, whether you're a Sindel player or not. We then have an archetype of this little creature from Gi, who was from planet Syndian, but accidentally wandered over to the bridge that leads to Sindel, and was exposed to some deadly radiation, and now horrifically turns into these mutant creatures, including Gatomic Gi there, which is one of the most powerful creatures in the game. There's also the Chaos Beast, which is Cerberam of Sindel, based on Cerberus, the beast that guards the doors to hell in Greek mythology. A lot of the game's based on Greek mythology. It's a huge inspiration for me. And some more cards for the planet Syndian, which is the heavenly planet. And basically, this is the opposite of Sindel. This revolves around all your cards being alive and getting abilities whilst they're on your planet, and all kind of working in harmony. So you've got Shockerfly, the life-saving Orbov that can jump back to your planet after he's killed.
We then have Drangel, who is one of the military leaders in the war between these two planets, who evolves into Elite Drangel, who's the cover card for set 2. We then have the Chaos Beast Stalius of Syndia, which is like the ultimate boss for this planet. The next planet is a new planet. It was only just introduced in set 4, so there's not too many cards released for it. But after the Great War between these two planets was finished, the creatures of Barrow created a kind of man-made planet that was a safe haven for all creatures from the galaxy. So this is the new tech planet called Teklar, and creatures from that include Steamcrank, Tech Dragon, Talakon, who is the founder of the planet and leader. There's then the Combiner archetype that's brand new called the Kazarax, which are holographic beasts designed to explore the furthest reaches of the galaxy. We've got the Ground Kazarak, Sky Kazarak, and the Ocean Kazarak there. The next planet, and this is my personal favourite one, is the Earth planet of Gaios. And the playstyle of this is like in nature. You're using 3 or 4 cards at once to all combo off each other, creating these ecosystems within your deck, which you can just use to create powerful combos to outplay your opponent. So we've got tribes like the Tiki-Tok creatures, Moosh, the Mushroom Man, one of my favourite artworks in the game, Underwood Burrower. We then have the Night Jungle, which are these crazy coloured beasts which live in the darkest depths of Gaios and are one of the most powerful archetypes in the game. We then have Berates of Gaios, the Chaos Beast that I showed you earlier in the video as well. The second to last planet in the galaxy is Roka, the Wind Planet. It's not even really a planet, it's just a giant storm in space that sucked in loads of space debris and creates some weird kind of miscellaneous creatures, making it the strangest planet in the galaxy. And the way Roka plays is to not kind of create your own combos, but to manipulate your opponent's cards, see what they're doing and mess up their plans so you can take advantage of that. Creatures like Chinook the Meloda, the Relahex creatures, which came out in another recent starter decks made from all the strange rocks that get sucked into the planet from space. We then have Melorock Valley, which is a cool environment card for the planet. And then Terracon of Roka was the first Chaos Beast ever made, actually. And he's the Chaos Beast for the planet Roka. The final planet, probably my second favourite, is Pelisium, the water and ice planet. And this revolves around lots of small creatures like tiny little fish or amoeba or like plankton and stuff. And then in contrast to that, there's some super powerful creatures like giant sea serpents and ice giants that are really powerful. And there's not too much in between. You won't get many average cards in Pelisium, either really weak or super strong. And these guys work in combination together. So you've got Transponge here, Paju Pajuru. These are the little cute ones now. We then have the Nano Ray archetype, which start off as these weak nano rays that then evolve into the super powerful Zeto rays, some of the strongest creatures in the game there. Another boss is Gobosterus, the giant sea monster. Some underwater habitats, some ice-dwelling creatures, and then Cranchon of Pelisium, which is the Chaos Beast for the planet Pelisium. So that's a brief introduction to the game. On my channel, you'll find deep dives into every single planet so you can find which is the one for you. And there's always new cards being released for each one, so the game is always kept fresh and constant. I'm currently working on set 5, and there's at least one starter deck out for each of these planets and plenty more to come. So that's very exciting. I also regularly host fan art contests, designer card contests, where you can have your own designs put into the Chaos Galaxy. Every set of 100 cards I released, I'll have about 4 or 5 cards designed by you guys in yearly competitions where you can win free cards and make your mark on the game, which is super exciting. So make sure you stay tuned for those as well. And that's a brief intro to the game. So if you are interested in following the game or want to make your own homemade TCG and just need tips and advice on how to do it, then please hit that subscribe button. Leave a like on this video. I really appreciate everyone who supports the game. Like I said, I do everything right here in my bedroom, so a real lot of time and effort goes into it from me. I've also got a fairly active Instagram, which is @ChaosGalaxyTCG, and there's a Discord server for the game where people discuss ideas for decks and cards. So thanks for watching, and really hope you enjoy my channel. Bye.